Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy Young Chuck back at it with a new installment in our series where I rate and grade every single motherfucking Pokemon in the world. We're back with our second episode today, ranking number 2 in the Pokedex, IVYSAUR. Tsar! Tsar! That's what he says. That's what Ivysaur says. Let's look at the fucking quick stats, right? The fast facts here, the tail of the tape. All right, so our guy Ivysaur, he's standing at a solid 3 feet and 3 inches tall, a cool 100 centimeters, right? 1 smack dab meter tall. And he is a whopping 28.7 pounds, or for Europeans and those that use the metric system, 13 kilograms. I couldn't tell you how many stone he is, right? Ask your favorite Gaelic person, right? According to the latest Pokedex entry, he's a grass and poison type, a seed Pokemon, right? Like Sunkern and, right, his little bro Bulbasaur, like Big Daddy fucking Venusaur, right? And he's modeled again after a horned toad, just like Bulbasaur before him. He's modeled after a horned toad, just a fatter, hornier horned toad. Right, now let's chop it up. Right, let's chop it up. Let's see where we go from there. Right, those are the fast facts, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. He's fucking thick, bruh. Right, he eats a lot of sandwiches, and the weight goes all to his legs, all to his hind legs, right? And if you see his daddy Venusaur, you know that is developing a huge dump truck ass, right? So while Ivysaur is doing his thing, I think he's basically just in bulk mode, right? He's trying to put on as many pounds as he can. He's eating, he's chilling in the sunlight, right? Because through this bulb, he's able to gain energy through photosynthesis. He gets his food through this flower, right? He's got a nice color scheme. The green, the blue, the pink. Pink is my favorite color. Pink mouth, right? Nice little silver or gray to tie everything together. Yeah, I mean, look at him, right? He seems just friendly. Smile on his face. Kind of just want to tussle his hair, right? Give him a tussle on the leaf up top. Say, good boy. Give him a big old smooch on the snout. Right? Scratching behind the ears. Coochie coochie coo. That's what I would do if I were face to face with an Ivysaur. Right? So he looks good, but can he fight? Right? How does he stack up in the ring? He's got big Dracula fangs, bigger teeth than Bulbasaur. Not really sure if he's got any other teeth in that mouth of his, though. Right? Maybe he's got some little babies up there. Right? He's got the slanted eyes, right, which is usually indicative of a villain in anime tropes, right? These slanted eyes. But I don't think our guy is a villainous character. I think, if anything, he's just focused. He's focused on putting on as much pounds as he can pack. Right? He's got those sharp claws, so he'll tear you up, right? He could probably dig a pretty fearsome hole, right? He's probably like be like a Labrador out in your backyard digging something up, right? But he's fat. Right? There's no way to put it. And allegedly, as this bulb grows, he loses the ability to stand on his hind legs. Right? So he's forced to be quadrupedal at all times in this stage. It seems like you could probably tip him over pretty, like, you know, if you got under him, you could tip him over and he'd have a hard time standing back up. I don't think I would trust this thing against a Charmeleon. I think Charmeleon would fucking flame him alive. He might be able to take down a war turtle, but that's only because I am just generally distasteful towards war turtle, just sort of underwhelmed by him. But we'll save my thoughts on war turtle for the war turtle episode. Best not get ahead of myself, right? So let's see. He's got the same kind of moves as Bulbasaur, right? He's got the sleep powder, right? That instant Xanax that we so desperately want. I have never taken Xanax and don't advocate Xanax use, but if I had some sleep powder, that seems natural, that seems like good Eastern medicine, right? So I'd take some of that. He's got the poison powder, the sleep powder. He's got solar beam. He's got the fucking Giga Drain, right? He can learn Giga Drain. He can learn, synthesis, right? So I think he's actually able to synthesize lysergic acid diethylamide in this little back pouch of his. So a real chemist, right? He looks kind of deceptively smart, right? Maybe you see him at first gaze and you think there's nothing going on in this cranium. But then you see the slanted eyes and you think, okay, this guy's not totally dumb, right? He possesses sort of a wisdom, right? I think he's the type of guy that when people speak, he seems like the type of guy that when he speaks, people listen, right? He doesn't speak often, but when he does, you know it's going to be valuable, right? But one thing I want to know is this move Worry Seed appears on both his moveset list and Bulbasaur's moveset list. Could any Pokemon pros in the chat please tell me what the fuck Worry Seed is and what it does? Right? Does it make your Pokemon worried? Does it make the trainer worried? The other Pokemon worried? The other trainer worried? I'm not someone that really seeks out the feeling of worry, right? I like to keep my anxiety as low as possible. So I would be worried, right, that some of the Worry Seed would get on me. If he used that move, how does he know that there's not any blowback, right, any backshot of this seed, right? How does he know that he's not going to get his seed on me? So keep the Worry Seed away from me. Stick to the Solar Beam. Stick to the Giga Drain, right? Fuck out of here with that Worry Seed, right? Don't bring it near me. Sorry. Now we're going to imagine a world where Ivysaur was drawn differently, right? In this selection down here, we can see Ivysaur with the face of beloved actor Nicolas Cage. I think this would be a fun reality, right? I think we should imagine a world where Nicolas Cage Ivysaurs are running around like squirrels, are hopping around like toads, right? Are basking in the open plains like a zebra, right? This is the world I dream of. Nicolas Cage Ivysaurs. And over here on the left, we have a taxonomical biological representation of Ivysaur. Now, dear viewer, one thing I'd like to focus on, right, and this is probably my favorite part about Ivysaur. This flower on his back, it smells fucking amazing, right? As he absorbs sunlight, the bulb grows and grows and grows and becomes smellier and smellier and smellier, right? You could make a perfume out of the scents that grow in this little pod that would have billions, and I'm talking literally billions of people from around the world flocking over. It's like every good smell you can think of rolled into one, right? It's intoxicating, right? One whiff of this, you're high off the hog. You're in fucking la la land. Life is good, right? So I would mainly just keep Ivysaur around for that nice, intoxicating smell, right? Who doesn't? He's like a fucking walking air freshener, and he's also kind of cute, right? He's like a walking cute air freshener. His eyes look a little bit red in this photo here, though. He looks as blazed as I'm about to be as I finish this video, right? And I wonder if he's based off a toad, a horned toad. If you lick him, you get high, like other frogs and toads in this world. So maybe that's something to consider, right? Maybe it's free psychedelic drugs every time you're with an IVYSAUR, right? Something to consider. Now, in fairness and truth, I feel like, sadly, our guy IVYSAUR just seems like a transitional Pokemon, right? The bridge between the cute and lovable Bulbasaur and the ferocious, fearsome, thick as a motherfucking brick Venusaur, right? I think IVYSAUR is really not much more than a perfume, right? I think that's his main function. Although that said, interestingly, a fun Pokemon fact here is that in all of the Pokemon animated media in the anime history, we've never seen IVYSAUR here lose a single battle. That's right, our little fucking bulldog here is undefeated in televised combat. So maybe he's lost a dark match here and there, right? I wasn't able to find out. But when the cameras are rolling, IVYSAUR shows up to play, and he plays hard. He goes in, okay? Now, I know I was clowning on him, saying he couldn't fight, but, maybe, don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he's got that bite in him, right? Those big Dracula fangs, when they chomp down, they're not letting up. All right, next we're going to look at some of his favorite quotes. What does he like to say? And these are things that he says in Pokemon games throughout the years. He says, "My level went up. The bud is getting bigger too." Right? He says, "My big flower is ready to bloom. Large bulbs inspire happiness." I love this about him. He basically just speaks in sexual innuendos. Right? This is straight from the toad's mouth, right? He said these things, and these are things that I've been saying now myself for the last several years, right? Inspired by him. I love that he's talking about his big flower that's ready to bloom. For the uninformed, or perhaps the prude, right? This is a euphemism. He's talking about his big cock is ready to come. Sorry if I had to spoil your ears there, but I'm a journalist and I seek the truth. So, sorry, next time, cover your ears, right? All right, next up. Let's go. In Japanese, Arbor IVYSAUR is known as Fushigiso. Right? And we learned yesterday that Fushigi is the Japanese word for strange or mysterious. So is grass. Grass, right? So mysterious grass, bizarre grass, right? I think that sums him up pretty well. The French translation also leans into this strange and the bizarre, right? In French, Bulbasaur is Bulbazar. IVYSAUR is switched to Herbizarre. So they swap the ivy for the herbs. Personally, I think that ivy is more fitting for our guy IVYSAUR up here. Like herbs? What does he got? Fucking parsley on his head? Get out of here. It's not surprising though, because you can't really trust the French to describe anything accurately, right? Their stupidity knows no bounds. In Spanish and Italian, we got the English translation, right? Kept it simple, IVYSAUR. In German, Bisaknos, right? Bisaknos. Not sure the translation. I'm not a German expert. And with Korean, Isanghepul. Isanghepul. That's our guy IVYSAUR right there. And we see Erica's IVYSAUR looking very healthy, right? Good BMI, right on the average for IVYSAURs. 3'3", 29 pounds, maybe a little bit heavier, right? Just a tad heavier. But I think as the bulb grows, right, so does his weight. So maybe this one is one that is close to transforming. He's got that potent, smelly, dank-ass bud on the top of him. I'm ready to break some down and fucking smoke that shit, bruh. Open up. So all in all, what do we give our cute little fella here? I give him an A. I give him an A grade. He's, to me, not as cute and not as immediately lovable as Bulbasaur, right? And he doesn't have as big of an ass as Venusaur. But I think he has his merits, right? There's the smelly perfume thing on his back, right? He likes eating sandwiches. He likes basking in the sun, right? So he's going to be, similarly to Bulbasaur, low maintenance, well-behaved, friendly. He's undefeated in fucking the anime. You can beat him in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, right? So you know he's got combat ability. And he's kind of like, maybe even, I might go so far as to say, as slept on, right? Even I, earlier in this video, was sleeping on him and his combat ability. But don't let the docile, look of him fool you. I think he can scrap, right? These claws, I mean, getting hit with one of those would be getting hit with, it would be like getting hit with a prison shank, right? I think we can all agree. So I know I said right here I wouldn't use him for combat. I guess maybe now after doing this I sort of changed my mind. I could, and maybe I might. All in all, I wouldn't use Pokemon for combat. I'm more of a peaceful guy. But I do stand by the second part of these bullets, right? And I would eat sandwiches with him. All in all, I want to compare him to a bulldog. Right. He's fucking fat. He's out of shape. Right. He's got a funny looking face. But at the end of the day, he's cute. Right. We love him. We want to give him a kiss on the snout. We want to run around and get him all excited so he can't breathe very good. Right. And he's just got that bulldog kind of vibe to him. So we're going to give him an A, maybe a light B, with maybe the main perk being this sweet bud on the top of his back, right? So I apologize for the lackluster video, right? I was struggling to think of new and exciting things to say since he does have a lot in common with Bulbasaur. But we're going to go forward regardless, right? We're battling on, we're powering through. We can't stop now. We're just getting started, right? So join us for our next episode as we discuss the final Dino Bro Venusaur, right? I hope you enjoyed this episode of Young Chuck Talks About Pokemon. Don't forget to like and fucking subscribe. Hold on, that was kind of cringe. Let me do it again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That was even worse. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Deuces.